And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of New Earth TV Live here on a special Saturday. As I was not able yesterday, had a very busy day yesterday. But I'm here to do the New Earth TV Live with you guys. Happy that you're here for this special Saturday edition. And we're just going to go ahead and start off firstly with some announcements.
The world's first spiritual rejuvenation technology in the form of modern everyday items has arrived through AetherX. AetherX offers transcendental healing products that work to detoxify, replenish, and restore you on a physical, emotional, and mental level. The Aether Bed Kit takes the form of a powerful rejuvenation technology that utilizes your own life force energy to restore organs, glands, bodily systems, the energy system, and replenish emotional and mental well-being. The AetherX card decks, the healing code cards, eliminate and detoxify physical, emotional, and mental conflicts within the body. 44 beautifully designed geometrical cards specifically designed to work on the major areas of the body, encouraging natural recovery and increased vitality. The Healing Code cards come in 3 different themes: the body, mind, and energy decks, each with their own specific design to renew and rejuvenate the body. AetherX apparel and accessories that offer comfortable attire and beautiful geometrical and image designs to detoxify, strengthen, and rejuvenate the body. Download our collection of free sample images and cards from our website so that you can witness the benefits of AetherX spiritual technology for yourself. Visit our website now at atherx.co and begin your rejuvenation journey with us.
And of course, distance healing requests, 1-to-1 private sessions, and 3-question private email sessions are available. You can book them on newearthteachings.com. I'm also doing private sessions, just the 1-to-1 private sessions with Adronis as well too. So if you are interested, you can feel free to go to newearthteachings.com and you can sign up for a private 1-to-1 session, or again, distance healing by donation, or 3 questions by email. And everything on this YouTube channel is backed up onto our account, Odyssey. The link is below, odyssey.com/@newearthteachings. You can find that in the video description as well too. Okay, so we're going to be doing a special kind of meditation today, which is the Akashic Records guided meditation. So I have done this a while back. I think it's going back a few months. But really enjoyed doing an Akashic Records meditation. I think it's time we did an update on the guided meditation as well today. And then after that, we're going to get into some distance healing. So if you guys do have some healing requests, either for yourself or for someone else, you can feel free to put that into the chat. If you want to leave a donation-based healing on the chat, then that will put you first in line as well too. Then finally, we'll be getting into some Q&A, having some questions and answers as well too. All right. So Karen, I already got your donation. Thank you very much. So once we get into healing, I'll get to you first and foremost. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started with today's broadcast. So let me just go and change screens. So as I mentioned, we're going to be doing an Akashic Records guided meditation. So I'm going to be leading you through this beautiful meditation that will enable you to connect with your own Akashic Records as we go through a meditative journey. So to start, I just want you to get yourself nice and comfortable. I would recommend just being seated for this meditation, either seated on a chair or being cross-legged on the floor if you wish. And we're just going to start off with some heart rate variability breathing. So we're going to do 10 rounds of that. 4 seconds into the nose, 6 seconds out to the nose. Breathing in, 1, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Last time, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and relax. And I want you now just to take a moment just to observe the physical body, witnessing the flow of your own life force within and around your body. And I want you to imagine phantom movements, just as if you were to raise your right hand without moving a single muscle in your body. Raising your right hand up without moving a single muscle within your body. And raising it back down, lowering it back down. And I want you now to feel like you are raising your right arm without moving a single muscle within your body. Raising up your right arm without moving a single muscle within your body. And then lowering the arm back down, not moving a single muscle. Going over to the left side now, raising the left wrist without moving a muscle. Raising the left hand, the left wrist upwards, not moving a muscle. And then lowering it back down. Taking your left arm, raising it upwards, not moving a muscle. And then lowering it back down. And now focusing on your right foot. Lifting your right foot up without moving a muscle. And then lowering it back down. Lifting your right leg without moving a muscle. And lowering it back down. Going to the left side. Lifting your left foot. Not moving a muscle. And lowering it back down. Lifting your left leg without moving a muscle. And lowering it back down. And now I want you to feel your phantom astral body standing up. If you are seated cross-legged, if you're seated in a chair, you're feeling your phantom body now standing up. As your astral phantom body is now standing up, you are turning around and you're seeing your physical self simply sitting beside you. Knowing that you have successfully projected yourself out of the physical body. And just behind your body, your physical body, you are seeing a door of light appearing directly in your space. A door of light where you can see the radiance of the light directly coming through the cracks of the door. And I'm going to count backwards from 5 to 1. And when I reach 1, you're going to go up to the door. You are going to turn the knob, and you are going to open up the door and stepping into the door of light. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Opening up the door and stepping through the door of light. And all around you now is the immersion of white light. And as you are now inside this realm of white light, I want you to think of an object that brings you joy, an object that brings you happiness, an object that makes you feel safe and secure. I want you just to feel and see that object now. And you will see the white light starting to fade away, and you will now be directly in front of that object. Let it be something personal to you. Let it be something familiar to you. And I want you just to take something of that object with you. You may see a feather. You may see a favorite animal companion. You may see a box, whatever it is that you may see. I want you to feel like you could shrink it down or take something of it with you, something that you could hold in your hand, whether you shrink it down or whether you take a piece of it with you. This is with you. This is your familiar. This is your familiar object. That whenever you feel overwhelmed, that whenever you feel afraid, whenever you feel like your emotions are getting too strong, I want you just to hold out your right hand, and opening up your hand, you have that familiar object that brings you into balance. It is a familiar, it is a totem that is helping you to recover and return yourself back into a state of balance. Anytime that you require this during the meditation, please remember that it is in your right hand and you can use it at any time to bringing you back into center. And now you're going to see the white light returning once again, filling the entire space. And just looking all around you 360 degrees. And you are now seeing the white light fade. And before you is the cosmos. You are seeing a star field all around you. Bright, beautiful stars, nebula in the sky, unlike anything you could ever see upon the earth. Something so majestic, cosmic, celestial, and truly beautiful. And as you turn around 180 degrees, you will see a stairwell. And that this stairwell will move you upwards, similar to that of an escalator. And I want you now just to approach that beautiful stairwell. And as you approach it, you are seeing that it itself is very similar to the look and the feel of the cosmos as well. That it is a stair star lift, made out of stars, made out of stardust, made out of the cosmos. I want you to place your hand over the railing of the stairwell, and you will feel that it is very much alive. That this is a stairwell made out of living light. I want you to place both of your hands upon the secure railing as the stair lift moves you upwards. I want you to feel its living presence. That the stairs that are now taking you upwards is very much aware of you. It is alive, just as you are. And as you start to make your ascent upwards through this stair lift, you are feeling yourself getting lighter and lighter. That as you continue your ascent, as you continue to move up higher and higher, many meters above to where you were, that you are passing through certain layers of being. You feel your body getting lighter. You feel the cells within yourself becoming radiant and vibrating at a strong level. You feel like your whole body now is vibrating strongly. You feel your whole body turning from a physical flesh body into a luminous light body. As you continue to make your ascent up the stair lift, where you are going to be reaching the top as I count down from 10 to 1. As I count down from 10 to 1, I want you to continue to feel this vibrational shift that you are experiencing. Moving from a denser body into a much more lighter and luminous body, which will continue to transition itself until I reach the count of 1 through the 10-second countdown now. In 10, 9, feeling the layers shifting. 8, 7, feeling lighter. 6, 5, feeling more rejuvenated. 4, 3, feeling lighter and more radiant, higher in vibration. 2, seeing the edge of the end of the stairwell now. 1, getting off the stair lift now and feeling yourself completely surrounded by a beautiful crystal palace that is at the top plateau to where the stairwell ends. And I want you just to take in the sight, I want you to take in the feeling of this beautiful crystal palace that is all around you. That there is nothing like this on earth whatsoever. It is something truly majestic. It is something truly beautiful and divine. As you look at the crystal palace, you are seeing streams of living light flowing through the pillars, through the infrastructure all together. You are seeing a magnificent aura that shines throughout the brilliance of this beautiful crystal palace. You are seeing examples of ancient architecture that is brought forward through this crystal palace, representing that of the Greeks, representing that of the Maya, representing that of Egypt, representing that of Atlantis. All of this beautiful infrastructure that is now together as one. I want you to step forward, and as you step upon the ground, you are also feeling that the ground itself is very much alive. It feels you stepping upon it. And as you take every single step, you feel lighter, you feel more brilliant, you feel more radiant, you feel more vitalized and stronger with every step you take as you move towards the front entrance of the Crystal Palace. As you move towards the front entrance, you are seeing a beautiful moat where there is clear crystal water gently flowing beneath you. As you look upon it, you see rainbow light shining. You can actually start to hear the water singing as you look upon it. You are hearing the most beautiful and graceful melody of the rainbow crystal water. It is delighted that you have returned to your own sanctuary, that is this Crystal Palace. And now you are walking further down the corridor leading into the main entrance of this crystal palace. As you start to enter the interior, you see a beautiful fountain directly in front of you. As you look to the left, there is a smaller fountain. As you look far to the right, you see another smaller fountain. The fountain at the center invites you to step into it. It opens itself up and it parts the waters so that you have a clear path to walk into through the fountain. And just feeling yourself now walking towards the beautiful central fountain as it has opened up a path for you, parting the waters. And a small chair is manifested through this fountain as it invites you to be seated. As you sit yourself down, you feel the waters gently starting to come over your body. And as you feel the sensation of the water, it is the most beautiful and divine sensation you have ever felt in your entire life. It is extremely gentle. It is refreshing. It is the perfect temperature. And it slowly fills your body right up into your neck. As you feel this immersion of the beautiful crystal water with you, you are feeling everything within your body, all areas of your body, being cleaned as the water touches your skin. As if all ailments within your body, as if all toxins within your body are being completely flushed away by the gentle caress of the living crystal water. As you look upon the water, you are again seeing that aurora borealis, rainbow effect. You are feeling your entire body glowing in rainbow light. As you move your hands through the water, you can feel these streams of rainbow light flowing as you make the motion of moving your hands throughout the water. It is unlike anything you have ever seen. It is unlike anything you have ever felt. It is unlike anything you have ever experienced. And you see a shimmering white light just above the top of the central fountain. As the central fountain is attempting to get your attention, you are seeing a beautiful crystal sphere at the top of this central fountain. And now you are feeling the top area of the central fountain starting to come alive, as if the crystal ball at the top of the fountain is moving itself downwards, where its own arms and hands represent that simply as the aurora borealis rainbow energy. This rainbow energy is taking the crystal ball, and it is holding itself, moving itself downwards, so that you are able to bring your full view into the crystal ball. This crystal ball represents your interface to connect with the Akashic records. You are seeing this crystal ball now transforming into a beautiful, radiant white light color. And the aurora borealis rainbow effect energy around you is now shrouding itself around the crystal ball, which means your own energies are bonding in oneness with this crystal ball. And you can feel the crystal ball ready to serve you at your command. This is the direct interface to your Akashic records for what you will see and what you will feel and what you will experience through the crystal ball is your direct link to your Akashic records. take a moment now to ask yourself what it is that you would like to see through your Akashic records. Are you seeking to look into another lifetime? Are you seeking to receive a deeper healing? Are you looking to understand more about your soul? Are you curious about anything upon the earth? Whatever it is that you would like to access during this time, be aware of the question that you wish to ask. We will take a few moments of silence so that you can ponder a particular question that you would like to ask the crystal ball that will share with you your Akashic records. And now that you have taken some time to ponder a question to the crystal ball, feel as if your thought that you have is like a fine beam of light that is coming directly from your brow, directly from the third eye, and is shining directly upon the crystal ball. That your thought, that your question is like a fine beam that is penetrating against the radiant white light crystal ball. And as it's penetrating the crystal ball, you may see an image, or you may feel a sensation. However you are appropriated. You may also simply get impressions of what you are experiencing, to which the crystal ball wishes to share with you. Let yourself stay relaxed. If you feel in any way tense right now, go to your right hand and remember your familiar. Remember your totem. And take a moment there just to calm yourself down, to bring yourself into center. And when you are rebalanced, you are shining that fine beam of light towards the white light crystal ball once again. And we are going to take a total of 3 minutes of silence so that you have an opportunity now to explore the crystal ball, to explore the vision based upon your question that you would like the crystal ball as the link to your Akashic records to share with you here and now. We will now take 3 minutes of silence, beginning now. And just taking a moment now to take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And everything that you have experienced through this 3 minutes of silence now, I want you to feel like you are retaining it all into memory. That everything that was revealed itself to you here during this meditation exercise is now completely vivid and retained back into yourself. You now see the crystal ball now starting to clear away its luminance of white light and returning itself back upwards as it returns back into its original position. You now see the fountain starting to part itself very slowly as the waters now start to recede, and now feeling the chair within you starting to get softer and softer. As you now stand up from the chair, and it returns back into the original manifestation of the central fountain itself. The pathway is once again open to you, and you feel yourself walking up the pathway back into the front area of the room of fountains. The central fountain returns itself back into its original shape, and there is again a glistening of light that represents an appreciation and recognition of you from the fountain, knowing that you and the fountain, knowing that you and this entire crystal palace are one. And just behind you, you are now seeing the door of light returning. And you are seeing the door opening itself completely, where the room of white light appears. Take a moment now to give thanks to your own beautiful personal space that represents this crystal palace, that represents your connection, your communion to your own Akashic records. And I will count backwards from 5 to 1, and you will see yourself returning towards the door, entering the room of white light. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Returning towards the door, entering the room of white light. Seeing the door shutting behind you, and seeing the white light now starting to fade, and returning you back into the space to where your physical body is, and feeling your phantom astral body now returning back into the physical body, where you feel yourself imbuing back into the physical, attaining the experience that you have had, exploring your own Akashic records through your own crystal palace, retaining them back into the physical body, feeling the joy and the happiness and the love that you have felt going within your own personal oasis, your divine space. As you ground yourself back into the physical body, just letting yourself move the physical toes, curling the toes, moving the fingers, rotating the wrists, slowly rotating the shoulders, fluttering the eyes, and coming back more, giving yourself a big stretch. And when you are ready, you may return and open your eyes. And thank you very much, everybody, for joining this very special guided meditation through the Akashic Records. Thought I would treat a lot of you today with this Akashic Records guided meditation. The important thing to remember as well is knowing that you can always go back into that space. That space is yourself. It's who you are. repeating this meditation if you choose to, and going back into that space at any point to being able to look more deeper into your own Akashic records. So again, thank you very much for joining me with this today. Okay, we're going to go ahead now and switch gears. And now we're going to move on into the healing segment of today's New Earth TV Live webcast. So I've already gotten a couple of requests for distance healing, so I will go into those requests. Afterwards, we're going to be going into Q&A, right? So if you do have any questions for the tarot cards or for myself with higher self-communication or with Adronis, you can feel free to place that into the chat as well too. And we'll be getting into that here probably about the next 15 to 20 minutes. So I'm going to start off with the first donation-based healing request here from Karen. So Karen writes, "Hi Brad, healing request for my father-in-law, Rio. He has macular degeneration and was told yesterday his driving license has to be revoked as his eyes have deteriorated quickly." Okay. So I'll be happy to work together with Rio regarding his condition. So again, as this is for somebody else, I would just be connecting to their higher self and performing work on them to helping them out. Okay. And Karen, if you want to also help out in the background, sending love to Rio, you certainly can do that as well too. All right. So I'm just going to take a moment now just to be in the presence of spirit. And I'm just going to be calling in Rio's higher self to be present with me now. Okay, I can sense his presence here. And I'm just guiding through his higher self as we prepare ourselves into some distance healing. Expanding the heart light, letting it permeate the entire cosmos, representing the love, the trust, and the faith. And slowly bringing that light back. As the light is coming back, saying to yourself, I completely believe that the healing that I shall receive will heal me. Okay, and we will now go ahead and begin healing for Rio. Here we go. Okay, so thank you very much, Karen. So basically, with his eyesight, that's really just something that's on the surface, right? It actually goes a lot more deeper in regards to his degeneration. Okay, the macular degeneration is basically just a surface-based degeneration. There's a lot more deeper sophistication of degeneration that's coming together and has to do with specific proteins within his body. And so basically what we can do to help that is he really just needs to refresh his diet, right? He needs to refresh himself. He needs to kind of just get a lot of the toxins out of his body. And one of the best ways to do that is working with the white light energy ball technique that you can find on my YouTube channel, okay? You can certainly do some facilitation with him if you wish. If he wants to do that as well too, just working with the white ball. And the great thing about the white ball is it helps us to control our prana. So if I was to snap my fingers and Rio felt like all of those particular forms of conditions that were haunting him were just immediately gone, what feeling would come out of him? Well, that's the feeling that we're putting into the ball. So he's re-encouraging himself to feel that if he just snapped his fingers just like that and everything's gone that represented the problem, and he's creating that joy, that love, that appreciation, that feeling, and he's making that potent with the white ball, and he's putting that into himself, working with Om chanting as that goes into his solar plexus. That's going to greatly aid him in his healing journey. Now, of course, diet is important as well too. We want to make sure that we're eating well, but not eating too much at the same time. So maybe something ketogenic for him to help out as well too would be a very good thing. But he's also spending some time just working with flushing out the body, working to clear away toxicities in that way. So again, most importantly, meditation. Most importantly, the white light energy ball technique. Spirit light is working with him right now. But again, this macular degeneration pertaining to the eyes is only something that's on the surface. Okay? There's a lot of deprivation within him pertaining to just very strong lack of care for the body. Okay? So again, there's degeneration within the brain, there's degeneration within the organs, there's degeneration within certain proteins. So he just needs to work together in firstly revitalizing himself, right? Basic exercises, maybe some yoga as well too each day. Just getting up and walking, moving the body as well too, okay? And just helping to work on a much more deeper meditative level state, working with something like the white light energy ball technique that will continue to help him, okay? So encouraging him to do that twice a day, when he wakes up in the morning and he wakes up when he's about to go to bed in the evening, doing a white light energy ball technique practice, okay? You can find that on my YouTube channel. Once again, you can just type in Brad Johnson white light energy ball technique and the technique will come up. Encourage him to do that, and that will certainly help him out further. Okay? Thank you, Karen, for your request. Okay, this next one here is from Crystal Princess. Crystal Princess says, healing on my throat, please, and my voice. They're both been sore and gone for over a week. All right. So, Crystal Princess, we will certainly do that for you. So all I want you to do right now, Crystal, is I want you just to place your hands upon the center of your chest. And now just tuning into the heart, feeling the heart opening up like a blossoming flower. As it opens up like a blossoming flower, you're feeling the heart light coming in through your palms, into your palms. Okay? As you bring your hands into prayer posture, feeling that white light filling your palms from your heart. And now we're just going to expand our hands as we breathe in and breathe out, expanding our arms, expanding our hands as far and wide as they can go, letting that entire white light permeate the entire cosmos of you. Slowly bringing the hands back, saying to yourself, I completely believe that the healing that I shall receive will heal me. Okay? And just following your breath naturally, as we now go ahead and begin your healing session. Okay, here we go. Okay, so Crystal, just taking your hands out and just bringing that light back into yourself. As you feel that light slowly coming back into yourself, just saying to yourself, God is making me better. God is making me better. God is making me better. Bringing all that light back into your heart. Okay, feeling all that heart light returning back into the heart. Feeling the heart seal itself back up. And just coming back now into the present moment. Okay? Alright, so I was able to just discharge the physical, mental, emotional, karmic, and Akashic debris that was responsible for causing problems within your throat, vocal cords as well too. Cutting away a lot of the cords, discharging that away, and then bringing in fresh charge, right? Allowing that fresh charge to come and bond together with your throat, to bond together with your vocal cords, and to bond together with your entire body. So you should start feeling some very powerful shifts taking place between now and overnight. So you can always let me know how you're doing if you want to. If you want to send me an email through neurteachings.com, you can certainly do that as well too. All right. Thank you very much, Crystal. Blessings to you. All right. So we're going to move on now into Grow's request. Grow had a request here as well. Grow says, I would like to have healing on my neck and ears, feeling pain in both places. Okay. So a little bit of a hint, guys. Usually where you think the pain is, because you're feeling that that's where the disruption is, 9 times out of 10, that's not actually where the pain is. These are, again, just being, it's kind of like gauges, right? So if you're feeling pain in your neck, in your ears in that sense, well, there's other areas within your body that are in distress. And your body, in that sense, is just reacting in this way, functioning as gauges. We have problems with our ears, we have problems with our neck, we have problems with our eyes, right? This, again, is just what's on the surface. There's a lot of other areas in the body that are compromised, okay? So, Grow, we will go ahead and work together and help out with your situation. So Grow, I just want you to go ahead and just join me here now, placing your hands upon the center of your chest, feeling the heart open up like a blossoming flower, feeling that white light starting to shine through it, placing your hands now in prayer posture, feeling that white light coming in between the palms, and just slowly starting to expand itself out. Okay? Expanding it out, letting that light permeate the entire cosmos. You should know, you've seen my broadcasts many times, you've seen me do this many times. I'm pretty sure you already know the drill now. Okay. And now slowly bringing your hands back. As you say, I completely believe that the healing that I shall receive will heal me. Okay. Bringing your hands present here now. And just letting yourself breathe naturally. Following the rhythm of your own natural breath, as we'll go ahead and we'll work on those areas, feeling the pain in both the neck and the ears, helping to take care of that. Okay, we'll go ahead now and we'll begin. Okay, so grow, just bringing your hands up once again, collecting that light, bring it slowly back towards your heart. As you're doing that, just saying to yourself, God is making me better, God is making me better, God is making me better. Bring all that light back into your heart. Feeling the heart closing itself back up. And when you're ready, you can come on back. Okay? Very good. So thank you, Grow. So again, I went ahead and went into your levels, just helping to balance everything out, discharging all the culprits responsible for those conditions. Okay? So again, it's just important that you're taking good care of your spine. Okay? Taking good care of your spine, taking good care of your organs, particularly the liver and the heart as well too. Okay? De-stressifying yourself as well too. A lot of tension there, right? That tension builds up over time. And that's where our body starts getting a red alert sign and say, okay, you need to calm down here. You're getting a little too anxious. You're getting a little too worked up. And we need to take some time to calm ourselves down, to surrender, to relax. Okay? So there's definitely some tension in your body. And that's basically what I was helping to release. But again, a lot of it is tension around your organs. It's tension around your vertebrae, around your spine. Okay? So we really just need to work ourselves more into calming and relaxing, bringing ourselves into balance. Okay? Thank you, girl. Okay. So, Carol, I got your donation here. Thank you very much. And I got your other post down here. Please, healing for arthritis and digestion. Okay. So, Carol, I will go ahead and work with you now. So, same thing, just as I did with the others. Right? Just placing your hands upon the center of your chest, feeling your heart opening up like a flower. Okay? Starting to feel that light shine. As you start to feel that light shine, placing your hands in prayer posture. Feeling that light coming in between your palms. Expanding your light out. Okay? Letting it permeate the entire cosmos. Your love, your trust, your faith. Slowly bringing your hands back. I completely believe that the healing that I shall receive will heal me. Okay? Having your hands back in prayer posture, just observing your breath in its natural rhythm. Okay? And we'll work on the conditions pertaining to arthritis and indigestion. Okay? Here we go. Okay, so Carol, just bringing your hands up once again, bringing the light back into yourself. As you're bringing the light back towards your heart, just saying to yourself, God is making me better. God is making me better. God is making me better. Bringing the light back into your heart. Feeling all of that light returning back into the heart, sealing itself back up altogether. Okay? Take a deep breath in, deep breath out, and relax. Okay. So again, guys, when we have that form of arthritis, this again has just been a sign of a lot of tension within the body. It's also in that sense the reciprocation of the body trying to defend itself, right? The body's basically going into defensive mode, and that the effects of arthritis that we commonly get is actually meant to help protect the joints and protect areas of the body, protect our musculoskeletal system. Okay, it's a defense mechanism, because again, all is not well. A lot of people say, well, Brad, it's because of inflammation. No, inflammation is a defense mechanism. Inflammation is not a bad thing. Okay? Your body is inflaming itself so that it's basically producing this heat. So it's basically trying to kill off the intruder or intruders, or again, other particular forms of troublemakers within the body. Inflammation is not the problem. Okay? The arthritic effect is not the problem. It's the source. Okay? This is something, again, science does not understand. Doesn't know how the body works, doesn't know how it operates. There's nothing wrong with arthritis in regards to its effect. There's nothing wrong with inflammation in regards to its effect. It's basically trying to kill off intruders. It's trying to kill off the troublemakers. And it's having a hectic time doing that because the body is sluggish, right? It's in a state of urgency. And basically certain areas within the body has had to reinforce itself. And it's overly processing itself. It's like looking at a computer with its computer chip, its processor, and it's heating up and it's heating up and it's heating up, and it's not even getting enough coolant to try and keep itself at a stable temperature. That's basically an analogy of what's happening with your body, Carol. All of you guys who have arthritis, the arthritis is not the problem. All of you guys who have inflammation, the inflammation is not the problem. Okay? Those are defense mechanisms created by the body take care of the culprits and troublemakers responsible for creating this within yourself, right? These are viruses, these are bacteria, these are intruders, it's going to be parasites, okay? That's basically what's happening, and the body is trying to fend them off. So with you working together with your prana, just like what we're doing with AetherX, okay? Have you guys gone to the website? Have you gone to atherx.co? Have you downloaded this? Have you downloaded this? Okay, I'd like you guys to work with these all the time. Okay, if you want to purchase an ether bed kit, that will be even better because that's even stronger. But just being able to use these, okay, with the blue one you activate, with the green one you just print out and you start working with it right away. Okay, you can feel the healing effect taking place immediately. Put these in plastic leaflets. Put them down on your bed, put them down on your couch, put them down on top of your chest, and start working and healing yourself with these. Guys, this is all you need, okay? This is the healing mode from the ether bed, okay? The ether bed takes it to the next level. It heals you even deeper, okay? Same thing with the clothing, the accessories, the ether mat, the yoga mat that's on AetherX, right? You guys should be taking advantage of this. There's no other place in the world that offers what AetherX does, right? Even for free, right? If you just want to go in there and grab some stuff for free, do it. That's why I put these things out, guys, so that you're healing yourselves, you're rejuvenating yourself. Science doesn't know what it's talking about. It doesn't know the human body. It doesn't know the energy body. It doesn't know consciousness. And when you exclude that from a scientific model, your scientific model is greatly flawed and ignorant. Okay? Nothing to do with inflammation, nothing to do with arthritic effects. Those are defense mechanisms. Okay? The greater culprit is inside you, and you want to get the body rejuvenated so that it builds up its immune system so that it takes care of it. You can also do things like the white light energy ball technique, or release ball method, or prana transmission technique, or BCR technique, and clearing yourself out completely in that way. I'm giving you guys the keys to clearing all these out, and everything I've mentioned here, from the free trial symbols, to the white light energy ball, to the release ball method, to the prana transmission technique, to the BCR technique, All of this is free. Free. Okay? Take advantage of it. Right? I really want you guys to learn how to heal yourselves. I'm fine if you guys come to me and you need some help. Hey, no problem. That's why I'm here. But what I'm also trying to get across to you guys is the ability for you to heal yourselves, because there's no greater feeling when you have the education and know how to heal yourself. There's no greater feeling than that. Oh my God, I made myself better. I made myself well. My arthritis is gone. The inflammation within my body is gone because there were intruders. And I'm working with my prana, I'm working with my life force energy, I'm working with these free techniques, and it's gone. There's no greater feeling than that, guys. It's a wonderful feeling when you're able to do this work and you heal yourself and say, wow, I healed that. What else can I heal? And I heal everything else inside me. I feel amazing. I feel like a dynamo again. I feel like I'm 18 years old again. I have all this energy. Here I am as a 65-year-old man, and I'm healing myself. And now I feel like I'm an 18-year-old. I got all this vital energy coming through me. I mean, every time I wake up from the ether bed, that's exactly how I feel. I feel like a kid again. I got all this energy that I'm still trying to figure out what to do with. All I'm trying to do, guys, is help you. Does Brad have any particular forms of agendas? No, other than to help you, right? That's the whole idea. To bring about a company like AetherX, to show it to the entire world. For what reason? To help people to heal, right? So yes, I will use material objects, right? That does cost money, all right? I do have a staff. I do have a team, right? And I'm going to help to pay them as well too. So this again is basically my motives, right? It's to help you guys, and even if you guys don't want to be involved in the paid avenues, you don't have to be. But you got these free items. You got these free things from me. All I'm basically trying to tell you guys to do is take advantage of them. Because I've used them, I've devised them, I know how powerful they work, right? And I want you guys to have the same, because I see you as me. Does that make a sense, guys? Am I ringing bells here? That's my entire intention about doing everything here, right? This is why I'm very, very passionate in trying to help you guys get over yourselves, right? So you can shift yourself and move yourself into this new direction, right? So Carol, thank you very much for your request. So that's going to wrap up our distance healing for today. I know someone may be asking, Brad, are we going to do a group healing? I think we'll do a quick group healing. So I do want to move on to Q&A, okay? So again, if you guys do have questions, please make sure you're putting them in the chat. Okay, like I said, if you have donation-based questions, they'll be first in line. So we'll do a very quick group healing today. It's not going to really take too long. It's actually a very, very simple visualization. We're just going to do an energy ball release, okay? So right now, I just want you to feel like a green beam is just coming down, and it's just slowly scanning your body, okay? From the top of your head, going all the way down to the bottom of your feet, just like a green beam, okay? And I want you just to detect anything that you feel you're ready to let go of. So I'm going to teach you guys a really simple technique right now. Oh my God, Brad's teaching simple techniques again. Oh boy, right? Okay, so I want you to be aware of that. Anything physical, mental, emotional that you're ready to relinquish, you're ready to let go of, okay? And I want you just to feel like you're holding a ball right here in between your hands, okay? I want you to put that thing or those things that represent the physical, the mental, the emotional situation, the emotional conflict within yourself that you're ready to let go of. Put it in the ball, just like you're filling up the ball with liquid right now. Okay, so as you feel that ball with this kind of dark liquid, right? This represents everything that you're ready to let go of, okay? And all I'm going to be teaching you today is two simple techniques: discharging and charging, okay? So with everything in the ball right now, I want you just to take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Okay? And I want you to feel completely at ease with everything that you've just put into the ball. It doesn't matter how intense it is. Okay? It doesn't matter if it's an intense physical pain, if it's an intense emotion, if it's an intense belief system or mentality. Okay? Just want you to feel that in the ball right now. And I want you just to let it go as if this doesn't even belong to you. Okay? Everything that's in the ball right now, I want you to tell yourself, this doesn't even belong to me. I'm just holding it. Okay? That's helping you to surrender to it, to let it go. Right? You're not attached to it. You're not identifying with it. This doesn't even belong to me. Okay? As you start to feel yourself completely in surrender with it, I want you to feel like there's a little drain below. Okay? Just like we have a drain in our sink. Okay? And I want you now just to start feeling everything discharging. So what that means is that's moving in a counterclockwise or centripetal direction. Everything back towards the center, which is the drain here at the bottom. Okay? I want you to drain everything out of the ball. Right? You're just saying in your mind right now, discharge, 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 discharge. And you're just seeing that liquid moving counterclockwise, centripetal force, moving down the drain at the bottom of the ball. Everything is just being drained. It's like you're pulling out a plug from the sink and you're watching the water drain. Only in this case, counterclockwise. Okay? Going right down the drain until it completely empties. Once you feel it completely empty, take a deep cleansing breath in. Deep cleansing breath out. Good. Now we're going to fill this ball with everything that represents our goodness. So if we looked at things that were calamities, that were problems, we're going to now imagine everything that represents joy and resolution and blessings. Okay? And we're seeing that just as a pure white light liquid that's coming into it now. So it's like the drain is spewing up, and we're now seeing the idea of clockwise force or centrifugal force starting to fill up the entire ball. Okay, so I want you to do that now. As you're seeing that, you're just saying to yourself, charge, 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 charge. Okay, and I want you just to feel that ball getting completely filled up with that white light. Okay, now that it is, I want you just to take that ball, just like you're holding the edge of it here, and you're just slowly moving it towards your solar plexus. As you're doing that, you're doing some Om chanting. Okay, you can either do it out loud or in your mind. I'll do it out loud for convenience. Om, Om, Om. Until you feel that ball completely merging with your solar plexus. Once you feel it merging with your solar plexus, take another deep cleansing breath in, deep cleansing breath out. And let that white light do its work. And now it's going to go through you. It's going to cleanse out everything. It's going to cut cords. It's going to clear away all debris that was responsible for those chaotic situations within you in the first place. Okay? Nothing to it. Okay? Let yourself relax. Come on back. Okay, so that's our group healing for today. See how simple this is, guys? It takes no effort whatsoever. When you start doing this, you just have to start believing in yourself. We've become too logical. We become way too practical. We become too enthralled in this physical material reality. We become too materialistic, right? And you need to go back to your ancient roots. You need to look into the path of the ancestors. Look into the ancient indigenous. Everything that I'm teaching you guys right now, they would look at this and say, oh yeah, Brad, we know this is natural, right? We know that we have the ability to heal ourselves through the power of our own thinking, through the power of our own mind, through the power of our own spirit. What you're teaching, Brad, is nothing new. We have been doing it for thousands of years. And I said, my friends, that's exactly why I'm teaching it to them today, because they've forgotten their way. And they would agree, yes, humanity has forgotten its way. It's forgotten its power. It's forgotten what it's capable of. It's forgotten that they're gods. Right? The ancestors would tell you the same thing. The indigenous people would tell you the same thing. The masters would be telling you the same thing. Nothing new here I'm sharing. Okay? So, we have to be aware of the excuses we give ourselves. Oh, Brad, I'm busy. I'm busy, I'm doing work. Is that overshadowing your ability to be well? It's not to say you can't do work, right? But is that overshadowing your ability to feel well? Well, no, it shouldn't. Okay? You really need to start looking much more deeply into yourself. You need to look at the I am. That's who you are. That's your true nature. That's who you really are. That's what you truly are. Okay? And I'm only giving you these reminders because you guys are tuning into me. And when you tune into me, you should expect that I'm going to share stuff like this to you. Okay? Otherwise, why are you here? Okay? You know that that's what my channel is about. Okay? Thank you, everybody. So let's go ahead and move down the list here a bit more, as we're going to move into Q&A now. So I'll just go ahead and shift gears and move us into chat. So I think we'll probably do about a half hour for Q&A. Okay, so got my cards here. If you guys want me to do a reading through tarot, we can. Adronis, of course, is always present. If you guys have a question for Adronis, I can bring them through. If it's just a higher self-communication, I can do that as well too. All right? So this is your time now. So we got about a half hour. So what questions would you guys like to ask? What is it that you would like to know? Okay, and I'll go through the chat. Like I said, if you want to leave another donation request, that will put you first in line. So thank you to everybody who did the donation requests through healing. Really appreciate that. So I'm just going to kind of start at the top and then work our way down. So hello everybody from Belgium, from Ontario, from Windsor, from Sweden, from Russia, from Germany, from Washington State, from Mexico. Great to see you all here. Thank you for being here. Okay, my New Earth TV lives are actually more quieter shows, right? Which is kind of nice. Usually when I do the New Earth Tarot, it gets really, really busy with a lot of people. But as I really kind of enjoy the New Earth TV live. It's kind of more people who want to have the spiritual information, right? And that's what I love. I don't mind talking to you guys about whatever you want to talk about, right? Making sure that they're not personal questions, just semi-personal or general in nature. But like I said, you can really talk on any topic. But I do have a favoritism, and that basically represents more with the spiritual and the metaphysical. But again, we can talk about anything. Okay, here's something from Paul. I don't think it's really a question, or maybe it is. Paul says, I came across a guy calling himself King John Smarty. Okay, yeah, I know who you're talking about. He does healing images like yours to heal and has students with wands where he teaches to heal and cast out. Is he genuine? I can't answer questions like that, Paul. Okay, I'm not here to give opinions on people. Okay, but I am aware of the person that you speak of. All I can say is that his work and my work are very different. Okay, so I can't really share anything like that. I don't give personal opinions on people. Okay, I've stopped doing that quite a long time ago, and I won't go back to it because it's nothing but ego debate, right? So I don't do that. So Paul, with all respect, you have to figure that out for yourself, right? If you look at a person, it's like with me. Some people don't vibe with me, and that's okay. If you guys don't want to be here, you don't have to be here. There's other people you'll find across the internet, right? We're experts and so forth. Maybe you love them, great. Maybe you don't, that's okay too, all right? We're all here to do what we're all here to do, right? So thank you for your question. This one here is from GC. It's a donation. Brad, is there going to be a major problem with the financial system and the banks during the next 3 months? Yeah, good question. Why don't we take a look at that? So is there going to be a major problem with the financial systems and the banks during the next 3 months? I guess that's kind of a broad question, but we'll see what we can discover through the tarot. See what's going to be happening with the banking situation and the financial situation within the next 3 months. So here we are in March, so moving up from April, May, and June. So right up into the point of June, there will be some serious problems, major problems, financially and with the banks. Okay, let's take a look. Well, a change of authority is basically what's happening right now. Okay, so I mean, I've talked about this before, really. Okay. But again, it's like looking through a smoke screen, everybody. Okay, so we are moving into a new system. Okay, we're starting to move ourselves upwards. We are going upwards, pertaining to the changing of ownership or overhaul of banking and financial situations, as I've talked about, with the idea of a new upcoming financial system. Right, a lot of us call this the quantum financial system. If you want to call it that, that's fine. I think I'm just getting much more comfortable calling it the new financial system. Okay, so that is in the works right now. It's been in the works for a very, very long time, but it's going to be heralded under new authority. Okay, the old criminal cabal is not going to be in charge of those banks anymore. Everything is going to start changing. All right. Now again, as we've known, especially for these past couple of years, there's been a lot of heavy shifts. Okay. So there's going to be the idea, like I said, as things are going to start to change. This represents the past card. Okay, so this is the Nine of Pentacles. This is representing that things are coming to an end and for the better. Okay, we're going to see a lot more fruitfulness coming together, where we're going to see banks, we're going to see financial systems moving much more into, in the best way that it can be done, a better ethical nature. Okay, because the idea of me looking at the nature of an ethical bank is almost unheard of. But that's basically what's looking to happen. So as I've talked about, prosperity funding, okay, I'm not talking about Nasera or Gesera, okay, but I am talking about the idea that there's going to be debt forgiveness, okay, and like I said, we have to kind of see the signs of this. There's some people who have told me that they've been able to reach debt forgiveness, some people in Canada, some people in the United States have told me of this, okay, but we're moving in the right direction. Now, is there going to be major problems? Well, in a way, because it's transitioning, it's like giving the whole banking cartel system an enema, okay. There's going to be a lot of gunk and horrible, nasty stuff that's going to come out of it, but it's going to be starting to operate in a much more different direction, okay? So this is a new transformation, a new beginning, right? A new way of thinking, getting out of debt slavery, getting out of the Babylonian money magic system, okay? That's basically what's on the way out right now. Now, of course, the Cabal doesn't really want that to happen, so in the next couple of months, we're basically going to see some shenanigans, right? So they're going to do everything they can to try and create false flags, right? They're going to try and create distractions. They're going to try and fight as deeply as they can, okay? But it's going to be to no avail, okay? So we're going to see, again, a renewed financial system that is coming together. I've also stated that I think this is going to happen a lot more around the end of the year, okay? So this is basically the two advice cards, okay? Right here, we're seeing renewal, regrowth from the financial system. So we're seeing how we have Pentacles here, okay? So we're seeing how we have the Ten of Pentacles here, which is representing the jump start to a new beginning. It would not surprise me at all as we get closer to the latter half of 2023, where we see the entire financial system jumpstart, okay? Moving itself into a new direction. Is there going to be challenges along the way? Yes, okay? We're basically seeing those challenges right now, okay? Much as we would like to say, no, it's a golden light the whole step of the way. I'd love to say that. No, there's going to be some challenges. So you're right, GC. That we will have some challenges. Like I said, there will be some false flags. There will be some psyops that's going on, right? That's just going to cause people to get upset, people get angry. But there's going to be clarity. It's like I said, it's like all these broken bottles that have been smashed across the floor. And now we're just taking out the broom and the dustpan and we're cleaning everything out. There's going to be accountability. There's going to be clarity. There's going to be resolve to a lot of these intense, chaotic situations within the financial banking markets that have been going on for, I wouldn't even say just the past couple of years, since their inception, right? So we're seeing a lot of change taking place. We're going to see a lot of growth. Like I said, this is great advice right here, right? We're just seeing the idea of something new being born, something new that's going to represent a prosperous way of finances. We have a hard time imagining that right now because we're used to an earth where we feel like we're getting screwed around, right? We're just getting gypped, right? We're just being fed off of, and a lot of people have a hard time trying to digest and saying, wow, there's actually going to be a financial system that's going to be fair. I'm sorry, man, I have to see it to believe it, and that's fine. It's completely understandable, right? But for what I'm reading in the cards here, like I said, especially the next couple of months, there's going to be shenanigans, okay? There's going to be some illusions that are being spun here, right? There's going to be some idea of hearsay, right? Where basically you have a lot of these quote-unquote elected leaders saying one thing and doing another, okay? And basically they have to go through their own states of exposures. So that, again, is what this represents. There's going to be exposures, there's going to be changes, there's going to be transformations, and there's going to be a better system to come. And like I said, I feel that we have a very good chance of seeing that coming in as we move later and later into 2023. Can't 100% guarantee it, but it's certainly feeling like it's moving in that momentum, okay? I also feel like we're going to see a lot more secrets being revealed this year as well, too. And I think this is what this card is also saying. Get ready for the veil to drop. Get ready for some secrets to be exposed. Get ready for more data dumps, okay? Get ready for more exposure. That's what's coming around the corner, okay? So GC, that is what I can share regarding your question. Thank you again for your donation. Appreciate it. All right, let's go down the list here a bit more. Okay. So guys, if you still require some healing, like I said, you can go to newearthteachings.com. You can go to the distance healing by donations. Okay, I do offer distance healings by donations. I'm booking for this week as well too, because I'm getting some free space available. So if you do want some distance healing with me, that is available. And like I said, its donation amount can be any amount that you choose. All right. Let's go down the list here a bit more. Okay, so here's another question here from GC regarding the healing symbols, or for AetherX. Brad, can these free healing symbols, AetherX healing symbols, be printed on iron on transfers onto cloth? Printed on iron? I guess if it's possible, sure. It's not so much in that sense about what you print it on, right? If you want to etch it onto iron, if you want to etch it onto steel, go for it, right? It doesn't really matter how you put it on. I basically say paper because it's probably the most conventional way. But if you want to etch it onto something, if you want to put it onto iron, if you want to cast it onto iron, go for it, right? If that really, really helps you, absolutely, yes. Okay, because it's not so much as the image; it's what's behind the image that matters, right? It's the codes that are in the image. That's the most important thing. Okay. All right, let's go down the list here a bit more. Okay, so Grow, you say something about being a little dizzy. Yeah. Oh yeah, Grow says, I can feel my body relaxing now, because Grow was one of the people I was working on through the healing. So body is relaxing a bit more, and you said got a little dizzy. Okay, that's okay, right? That's the effect of the spirit light coming upon you. If you feel a little bit dizzy, go lay down for a few minutes. Okay, drink some water, hydrate yourself. Okay, what I've noticed is that people who don't really hydrate themselves, when they get some spirit healing done on them, they may get dizzy, they may feel lightheaded. That's a sign that your body is severely dehydrated. Okay, when I'm talking about hydration, guys, I don't mean just drinking water. Okay, you guys should be working with trace minerals, and you should be working with mineral salts. Okay, trace minerals, mineral salts. That is actually what hydrates you. It's not the water itself. The water does very little in regards to hydrating you. Why do you think when you guys see people doing water fasts for 30 days, that their face looks very, very dry, that their lips start to crack, and all they've been saying is, I've just been drinking water? Water doesn't actually hydrate you that much. Okay, it's the minerals. Okay, it's the minerals inside the water. It's like if we're drinking spring water, right? Or we're putting trace minerals in the water. Or again, we're putting mineral salts in the water. That is actually what hydrates you. Okay, so that's what you actually want to put into your water a lot more. So if you go onto Amazon, for example, and you're typing in trace mineral drops, you use that. Okay, there's quite a few different ones that you can use. One of the one company, and I'm not being paid by this company at all, but there's another company called LMNT, Element, right? But just capital L, capital M, capital N, capital T, Element, right? Their stuff is great, right? I've drunk a lot of their mineral salts, really good. I can feel my body getting a lot more hydrated, right? Because I used to do that as well too. I used to think that, okay, I'll just drink lots of water. I'll drink 6 to 8 glasses of room temperature water every single day. Did it hydrate me? No. Made me go to the bathroom a lot. But I still didn't feel hydrated. Like, I'm drinking this water. Why isn't my body feeling quenched, right? Why aren't I feeling satiated from drinking all of this water? And the thing is, water doesn't really hydrate us. The only water that really hydrates you is if you're getting water that's rich in minerals, like spring water. Okay. Like I said, guys, I've done water fasts as well too, and I've noticed that. So my lips get dry, face feels a little dry, and all I've been drinking is water. Right? Or if I was doing the Master Lemonade Cleanse, where you basically put lemon, cayenne, and a little bit of maple syrup into it. Right? I used to do that as well too. I lost a few pounds, but I still felt pretty dry inside. Right? I'm drinking all this water every day. What's going on? You need mineral salts. Okay? You need trace minerals. You want mineral salts. That's what you need. That's what's going to hydrate you. Right? So when you're actually drinking mineral salts and your trace minerals, and you get a spirit light healing done on you, you're not dizzy anymore. Okay, lightheadedness and dizziness is a side effect of dehydration. Okay, make sure you get your trace mineral drops. Make sure you get your mineral salts. Okay, get that daily. Right, you should be drinking that maybe at least 2 or 3 times per day, and that will get you all the minerals that you need: your sodium, your potassium, your magnesium. Okay, and getting that in your body. That's what your body needs to break down, to get those minerals, to feel hydrated. Okay, it makes a big difference. You're not going to feel it right away, It's going to take a few weeks to a couple months before you really get into that rehydration again. But as you continue to do this every day for the next 2-3 months, you're going to feel your body is now getting all the minerals it needs to completely rehydrate itself. It's not going to happen overnight, but it's going to start working a lot more effectively for you. Okay? Something else I want to pass on to you guys. Okay. Crystal Princess says, can we do personal questions? No. Through my private sessions, yes. Okay. When I have Adronis on every second Sunday, which is coming up next Sunday, you can do personal questions then. The reason why I don't do personal questions, guys, is because I want to basically have people who ask questions that's beneficial for all the viewers, right? If it's just beneficial for you, it just doesn't really work that way, right? I just don't really want that on my webcasts. So personal questions, save for personal private sessions, or for when I communicate with Adronis, because when I do it with Adronis, I don't mind, okay? That's why. All right, so let's move on a bit more. This one is from Pure Inspirational Energy. Question, I am starting a brand for healing and inspiring people through all walks of life. I would love a card on its success. Yeah, this is a personal reading, guys. Can't do personal readings, okay? So, like I said, guys, private sessions for that, okay? I know some people want to look into how their business is doing, and I'm happy to do that. It's exactly why I have private sessions, okay? Let's go down the list here a bit more. So Crystal Princess, you actually asked this question, but it is actually more of a semi-personal question, okay? So I'll read it out here for you. Crystal Princess asks, can you tell of life purpose, okay? So the reason I'll accept this question is because since I've started for the past 15 years, I've gotten this question all the time, thousands of times. Brad, why am I here? What's my life purpose? Life has no purpose. Okay? That's the first thing you have to understand. Life has no purpose other than the purpose that you yourself give. Remember what Adronis was talking about. If you guys tuned into last time, when I did a session with Adronis, and he basically talked about the earth. Okay, what was the two things that he mentioned about the earth? Do you guys remember? For those of you tuned in? Number one, she is a loving mother. But number two, she's a strict teacher. Okay? You guys are here on a God world, teaching yourselves to be God again. That is not the nature of a purpose. That is just your nature itself. Your nature is to know that you are God. Okay? Any other purposes that you have through the mind is nothing more than self-serving ideals. Okay? You do not have a purpose. You have beingness. Okay? Your very beingness is to know that you are God. That you are not identifying yourself as a separate self. That you feel that I have an ego and that I have this and that and I'm seeing diversity throughout my entire life. Then you are walking on from death to death. Okay? There is no life purpose. You don't have a purpose. Okay? Other than the certain milestones that you put in front of yourself to basically help you peel off these layers of yourself so that the truth can be revealed. And what is that truth? That you are God, that you are the self. Right? That's the only truth there is. Everything else that we play with in the mind is not aware of God, and God is not aware of the mind. Because God does not involve himself, herself, itself with the finite. Right? You cannot have that which is infinite concerning about something that's finite. Right? Whenever there's finite mentality, you have the ego. You have the separate self-consciousness. Okay? The separate self always looks at things that are finite. God only knows that which is infinite. So if you want to know God, you are being God by being infinite. Okay? If I'm worried about bills, if I'm worried about my house, if I'm worried about my car, if I'm worried about family, if I'm worried about friends, if I'm worried about the state of the world, if I'm worried about these agendas or these events that are taking place through the world, I am completely debating this as a separate self. I don't know who and what I really am. It's the only reason why we get into these kerfuffles with life, because you are continuing to identify yourself from a separate self-consciousness. The separate self only wants to play with what's finite. It wants to play with what's quantifiable. Right? It wants to put things in a box. Wants to put things in a cube. and it wants to evaluate all these things, and it wants to play with these things. Okay, that's fine. But again, when we're looking at the idea of a purpose, the purpose is a finite thing. Guys, can you ever identify a purpose that you felt you've had? I want to be a better teacher. I want to be a better healer. I want to be a better singer, right? I want to help people. I want to become a nurse, okay? I want to work a lot more with myself so I can feel happier inside. All of these things that you have mentioned are finiteness, okay? Whenever you're going into life purpose, you're still playing with a separate self-consciousness, okay? It's all finite. It's all compartments. It's dresser drawers, right? Here's the sock drawer. Here's the shirt drawer. Here's the pants drawer, okay? And I'm putting all of those things together in the idea of purpose. Okay, well, the purpose is that these ones have to be the socks drawer. This one here has to be the underwear drawer. Here's my shirts drawer. And it's all purpose, and it's all organized and that stuff. And that's fine. It's not to say you can't play with that. But if you think that life is all about purpose, you don't know life. Because life is infinite. So when you ask the question, life purpose, infinite finite, okay? Purpose is a finite mind, separate self concept. It's not liberating at all. Whenever you have a purpose to yourself, you're not liberated. You're stuck, and you're confined, and you're putting yourself in a cage. If you truly want to know who and what you are, you have to start working with the infinite, okay? And that comes through beingness, not doingness, okay? So we want things, we got to have things, we want to do things, and therefore we are being, okay? Being is the nature of the infinite, because beingness has no boundaries. It has no boundaries, it has no borders, it has no finite infrastructure to itself. It's infrastructure-less, okay? So Crystal Princess, I answer this question because it's one of the most common questions I've gotten for the past 15 years that I've been doing this work, right? And it's really looking into the idea, your life purpose doesn't matter, okay? And I say that in the greatest respect. It's not to say that you can't have goals and dreams and all that stuff. Go for them, right? I mean, I have a goal right now with AetherX, okay? But is that all I see myself as? No. This is something that my physical self is working with and working with AetherX. But is that what I know myself to be? No, not even close. It doesn't even represent a fraction of myself, because if I put myself in a fraction, then I'm telling myself I'm finite. It doesn't even deserve the idea of it being fractional, because I cannot be fractioned. I cannot be quantified. I cannot be predicted. I cannot be scheduled. I cannot be organized. I cannot be brought into some type of finite boundary if I feel that I am infinite. I'm beyond all of those things, right? This is why it's a good idea to not consider yourself attached to purpose, okay? Purpose is meaningless, other than the meanings that we give itself. If you truly want to know who and what you are, if you truly want to be liberated and free, you have to start working with the infinite. And that comes through beingness, not doingness, not havingness, not wantingness, not needingness, okay? Beingness is your key. This is what I've been telling you guys from day one, okay? So come into beingness. Be who you really are. Be free, right? And now it's the infinite just looking at everything. And I can play with all these things and I can work with all these things. It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean anything, right? It's nothing but things happening, right? That's how you know you're free. Because the greatest happiness is what you are. It's not what you're acquiring. It's not what you're playing with. You know yourself to be happiness. As you are happiness, you are infinite. Happiness is an infinite nature. Okay, it's not finite. Love is an infinite nature. It's not finite. Bliss is an infinite nature. It's not finite. Because you realize it's who you are. It's finite if I say, okay, here's my bliss. Here's my bliss right here. Here's what I got. This is my bliss. And my God, if I lose this card, oh my God, my bliss is down the toilet now. It's gonna be just thrown down the sink, right? Here's my bliss. Here's a bottle cap, and I'm in bliss with this thing. Okay, that's not bliss, right? You are bliss. There's people in our life that we feel represent strong reflections of that bliss, and that's wonderful, right? I certainly have someone like that in my life. But do I feel like that person is my entire life? No, right? There's that love to share. There's that love to congregate. There's that love to be together, to feel like you truly are one, because you are. But you're not relying on that as your complete and total bliss, right? Look at the reflections of your bliss and your happiness. Enjoy them, yes. But don't forget of your infinite nature, okay? That's your life nature, not your life purpose, okay? That's the difference. So take that for what it's worth. Thank you, Crystal. Okay, let's go down the list here a bit more. Okay, so I got another question here from Grow. Grow says, can you take a look if you've looked at it before about this insect meal with the food? Yeah, Grow, I've already covered this. I've already talked about this a while back, okay? You actually asked me that question, and I basically provided you that answer, okay? As I've said, they have certainly had plans in regards to bringing about insectoid food for people, okay? Because it's been another poisoning plan. When I've looked at it in the cards before, twice before actually, okay? What I've seen both times is representing that this is a plan of theirs, but it's not going to come into fruition in regards to the intention of what they're trying to make it out to be, okay? So girl, I've already provided information with that, okay? If you want more information, you need to start looking into yourself with this, right? Not from a biased perspective, but from a neutral perspective, okay? I can't change my answer in regards to what I've already shared with you twice by looking at this. If you're so concerned about it, you need to start asking your heart in a neutral level. Heart rate variability, go into the parasympathetic, start getting the true answers, because you're not going to get them from me. You need to get it from your great teacher. Do you know who your great teacher is, Grow? You. Okay? Because you're just asking me the same questions here of something I've already answered twice. Okay? So if you want the truth, you got to go to yourself, neutralize, and do it. Okay? Let's go down the list here a bit more. This one here is from Cecilia. Cecilia says, hi, are they jabbed people that are going to be zombies or AI? Well, I guess that's a matter of perspective, right? So, I mean, basically, if a person feels like they're being jabbed because they definitely believe in the idea that the jab is going to make them better, then that just becomes ignorance. So to that particular form of ignorance, if a person thinks that they're a zombie, well then, there you go, right? I can't really answer that question because everybody has their own take. They have their own perspective in regards to people who are getting vaccinated, people who blindly believe in the government, right? You're basically asking about AI. Is there artificial intelligence on this planet? Yes, there is. There are, again, certain people that are basically walking the streets right now that have human bodies that are basically just artificial intelligence, okay? And they are trying to act like humans. It's not a big number, okay? It's not a very big, overwhelming population or anything like that. But there are people that are walking down the streets because there are AI programs, okay? I'm not talking about non-playable characters, okay? Maybe that's one term that some people are using, right? NPCs, non-playable characters. I don't really use that term. That's more of a gaming reference than anything else. But yes, they're basically what's referred to as programmable life forms, okay? I don't call them NPCs. I call them PLFs, okay? That's actually a military term that they've used. They basically have programmable life forms. There are programmable humans. Very similar to like how you're seeing Google or Apple in that way, trying to work with this artificial intelligence to try and sound more human in that way. Well, that's basically what certain people, it's not a very big number of people, but a certain small pocket of people on the planet are representing programmable life forms, okay? So again, everything representing programmable life forms was handed down to humanity quite commonly by the beings that we would know as the Greys, okay? If we basically look at the beings known as the Greys, the interdimensionals, right? The ones with the big heads, the almond-shaped black eyes, okay? Responsible for visitations, abductions, depends on the type of group you talk to, okay? These are what's referred to as programmable life forms. A lot of the Greys have basically been PLFs, okay? They're basically soulless beings. Now, like I said, everything really is responsible with soul. But when we look at this, programmable life forms in that sense, yes, there are certain human beings that are walking down the streets that are PLFs, okay? And you could basically see them as being like the most stubborn people. So like I said, I know Janine has talked about the idea of them being called NPCs. I don't call them NPCs, that's just it's a dumb gamer reference, okay? They're programmable life forms, okay? So basically in that sense, they're almost radio controlled. They basically have AI within them, artificial ignorance, okay? And so they have a certain program, and they look just human in that sense, but you know that there's something off with them. You know that they just don't really have a spirit within them. You feel that they just don't have soul, right? They just feel so completely robotic. The Men in Black, for example, is a perfect example of PLFs, okay? Programmable life forms. Now, I'm not talking about zombies and stuff like that, even though they are zombie-like, right? But they're people in that sense who will just completely disagree with anybody who's attempting to retaliate against a matrix system, right? They will basically be the involvers. They will be the handlers to try and keep people inside the matrix. You'll actually find some of them inside government offices, right? Where they just don't feel human, okay? There are PLFs on the planet. It's a very, very small number, okay? But they may, in that sense, even be in higher authority and just scrutinizing everything. And it's like looking at an android, an AI, a cyborg, okay? It's basically what the PLFs are. They're cyborgs, okay? What people have called non-playable characters are basically cyborgs, okay? So they're basically in human suits, but they're just robots. They're robots, and they have all this programming, they have certain forms of algorithms within themselves, but you just look at them and say, this person is not right. There's nothing right about this person at all, right? They just feel like they're without a soul, right? The intuitive can feel that. So yes, Cecilia, I'm not too sure if that's what you're asking, but it's kind of inviting an opportunity for me to talk about this, right? With programmable life forms, with PLFs, with AI, right? With cyborgs in that way. Yes, they walk our planet, okay? You know what else walks our planet? Incognito ETs, 17 different races of them, okay? Also walk our planet, okay? There's also interdimensionals walking our planet. There's a lot of things that's happening on the Earth that we have not even come close to even imagining exist, but it does, right? There's, again, Earths within Earths, dimensions within dimensions, veils within veils. Looking at other people who are interdimensional travelers that don't even know that they're on this Earth and are here and are gone, are here and are gone, okay? So when it comes to PLFs, when it comes to cyborgs, when it comes to incognito extraterrestrials, when it comes to interdimensionals, all of these things, all of this is happening all the time on the Earth. There's a lot of things on the Earth that we don't know about, okay? So a little bit of food for thought there for you, all right? Thank you, Cecilia. Okay, Gian asks, is diabetes a virus? No, it's not. There's no such virus called diabetes, okay? Diabetes is a condition, okay? And again, it has to do with toxins. It's just toxins in the body. Like I said, intruders, viral agents, bacterial agents that basically culminate to a particular point that impairs the body to a degree where, again, much more reinforced action needs to be done for a person to cope and compensate and continue to live, okay? So these are all basically compromised areas within the body. So they can be compromised organs, be compromised cells, but it's not looking at the idea of a virus or even a disease. It's just a condition, okay? I can tell you guys because one of the testimonials on AetherX was a woman who has type 1 diabetes who could not even move her feet. And after she was working with both the trial symbols and the ether bed, she was able to move her feet. If you go into the testimonials section of atherx.co, you'll see a video there of her moving her feet. She couldn't do that before. So if the idea of diabetes being a virus or being some incurable thing was actually true, we wouldn't see something like that. This is why I say, guys, the idea of viruses and toxicity and any particular forms of impairments of conditions within the body, all of it is curable. Okay? There is no such thing as an incurable condition. There is such a thing as incurable people. Okay? Because they hold on to the corrupt science. They hold on to living backwards. And they identify with their conditions. And they start falling apart more and more. They think that modern science is going to be able to fix them, that modern medicine is going to be able to fix them, and all they're doing is, in a way I could put it, is being zombified by medications, is being numbed away. Okay? But there's no such thing as an incurable condition. Everything. If I look at a person with cancer, it's no more different than if I'm looking at a person who has a cold. Right? If I'm looking at diabetes, no more different than a person who has a migraine or a headache. Okay? All of these things can be cured. All of it. It just means that your body is impaired. It's an impaired conditioning, and it just needs to be resolved. And this is why I'm dedicating my life right now to working with something that I feel I have connected very deeply with Spirit to share with people. And that's AetherX. Is that my entire life? No. But I'm certainly dedicating myself to it. Because as I know myself to be, I cannot be quantified. None of you can be quantified. Right? Knowing that you are the infinite, but still playing and working along with this realm. So that you're bringing Spirit into this plane. Because we're the bridge, we're the medium in between with Spirit and with material. It's us that's doing that work. So that Spirit and the material become one with each other. Right? The idea of the intelligence and the mind working together coherently. And that's our responsibility. All right? Thank you for your question. Okay, guys, I think we're almost out of time. I think we'll take one more question, then we're going to wrap up. We've got some really good questions today, guys. It's great. I'm glad you guys are bringing some really good questions here. Let's see here. One good one to end on. Let's take a look. Okay, this one is from Faye. I think we'll end it with this one. Actually, let me go with two. I think Miss Fiji says, question, what do the cards say about organic portal beings? All right, that's an interesting question. And then I'll go into Faye's question here about AetherX. Okay, organic portal beings. Right, kind of sounds familiar from what you're talking about, but I mean, for the record, I know how to create portals myself, so I don't know if I would consider myself a portal being, but we'll take a look at organic portal beings. Okay, and take a look and see. Okay, organic portal beings. I guess you're asking if they just exist. Yeah, about organic portal beings and if they exist. Okay. It's not to say that they don't exist, but it's just, it's probably not something you'd want to know about. Okay, I think it's almost like it almost feels like a heartbreak card, but it also says at the same time it's not really something you really want to get involved with, to knowing about these organic portal beings. Okay, do they exist? Yes. Okay, but like I said, it's kind of like you're not able to perceive them. I guess that's the best way to put it. It just feels like you want to perceive them, but you cannot perceive them, right? They're always in transit, right? You're not even really able to see them in this type of physical form that you could recognize, okay? If we look into the example of spirit orbs, okay? If you guys are familiar with the orbs that come together when you go to certain sacred spaces, you see these orbs going everywhere, and they can be here and they're gone. They're here and they're gone. They're here and they're gone. It's not that they're creating portals, and I think this is probably why this card is saying it. It's kind of a misunderstanding to what these beings represent. They're not actually portal beings, okay? They're just able to shift in between dimensions, just like that, just like that, just like that. Through intent, shifting in, shifting out, right? It would be more appropriate to refer to these as hyper-dimensional beings, okay? Not portal beings. So that's not really the term. And that's why I'm getting an idea of it. It's not really what you want to call them, okay? It's not what they are. They're not organic portal beings, okay? They're hyper-dimensional beings. They're able to go in and out, 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 right? So they basically operate through, you could say, like the streams of dimensions, where they're able to go here and go out, right? And they don't really have a particular form of physical mass that we can identify with. And so they're able to shift in between dimensions, all based upon intention, right? And again, they will often appear in certain vibrational states, in certain vibrational spaces, to where they can thrive in that space for a certain amount of time, right? I've talked to a lot of people who are able to connect with orbs. I've even had some orbs around me at times as well too, where they're here, they're gone. They're here, they're gone. They're here, they're gone. Okay, That does happen, right? And we can't really understand those beings, right? We don't really know what's going on with them, right? But they're here, and my feeling is that they basically bring their presence into a certain space because they're attempting to uplift a certain space, and once they've done their job, boom, they're gone, okay? It's not like they have long goodbyes, okay? So I can't really confirm the idea of organic portal beings, but you're on the right track, but looking at them as hyper-dimensional beings instead, HDBs, okay? Very good question. Thank you, Miss Fiji, for your question. Okay, so the question will end here is for Faye Robbins. Faye says, will the etheric symbol or bed heal the people that had the jab? Okay. So I'm trying not to speak in an official capacity here. Okay. But people who even have the healing code cards, okay, with the body deck, the biotoxin eliminator, have had success in feeling a lot better from that. So unless you're actually taking out a microscope and you're checking someone's blood, you'll know for sure. Okay, so people who have claimed for me that they are working with the biotoxin eliminator, that they're working with the heavy metal eliminator, the bacteria eliminator, the virus eliminator. Okay, a lot of these different cards from the healing code cards have brought about success from what people have told me. Okay, there's a person in that sense who was using the heavy metal eliminator. He woke up one morning and his tongue was covered with small metals, and he was able to scrape it out. Okay, everybody's different. It just depends. Okay, so organically, like I said, unless you have a microscope and do a blood test, then you'll be able to look at that and see, okay, everything's a clean bill of health. But from what people have told me, mostly from using the healing code cards, they've been able to clear that up. Now, as the ether bed is a lot stronger, I'm seeing people reverse their diabetes. I'm seeing people reverse their autism. Okay, I'm seeing people reverse their Parkinson's disease. So I would say yes, you're certainly able to reverse everything, guys. Even when you have a jab where there's toxins inside your body, whatever is inside your body can be removed. Okay, you have the ability to do that. This is why you're working with prana. You see, a lot of you guys still think that prana is something physical. It's not. Okay, you have to learn to command your body. You're commanding your prana to work with your body. And that's what AetherX is designed to do. It works with your body through the prana to help clean it up. Okay, so anything in regards to toxic metals, to a lot of the ingredients that are found often in the inoculations, okay, can be removed. But this is why you're working with your prana. Your prana you cannot see, your prana you cannot taste, touch, smell, or hear. Okay, but nonetheless it's there. And that's what you're getting used to tuning into. And you're talking to the prana. Because a lot of you don't know how to do that, that's why I've created AetherX. That's why I've created the healing code cards. Because that is the language that they speak. They speak the language of life force energy through a pure thought. We often refer to as transcendental states. Okay? That's going into yourself. That's working with your own energy field. And that's commanding your body to work and detect all these areas that it is impaired by and flushing it naturally out of the system. Okay, the ether bed does that. Okay, the free trial symbols do that. The healing code cards do that. The apparel on AetherX does that. Okay, the ether mat does that. The ether cloth does that. Okay, everything that's on AetherX does that. But the ether bed is the strongest one because it has the most coding. When I bring the version 2 of the ether bed out, like I said, you don't really need a version 2 if you don't want to. But I was telling people, there's still going to be some similarities between version 1 and version 2. I'm honestly changing my mind about that. Okay? Because I've recently got a download as of late where the version 2s are actually going to be stronger than the version 1s. Okay? Simply because it's going to be residing from a brand new design, for a brand new download that I've received. And I've actually had this download for a little bit of time. My original intention was to keep the version 2s the same as version 1. But I don't want to do that anymore. Okay? I want to make the version 2s a little more different. Those of you who have version 1s, you're still going to get some incredible healing out of the version 1s. Okay? The version 2 is going to be even more powerful. Okay? Because I'm actually working with something that's just beyond the solar plexus. Okay? I'm not going to say anything about it yet because I'm still in the experimental stage of testing it out, of working together with the version 2. In the best way I can refer to it as, it's basically working with the infinite, okay? Where your body is being the receptacle to it. Whereas working together with the excess life force energy is still working with the infinite, but it's working in a very different way. It's more so targeting your solar plexus, and it's working together. And that's all part of the ancient healing. I'm basically looking to bring about true spiritual healing for version 2. So we have the living prana healing through the solar plexus, that is version 1. Okay? Now I'm talking about pure spirit healing, that is version 2. Okay? And that's even more powerful than the version 1s. Okay? But I'm still experimenting with it right now, because if I'm getting this download, that just means I need to implement it. Okay? And the version 2 of the Aetherbed kit will be stronger than the version 1s. Okay? But version 1s will still have that ability of being able to graph and lace the codes upon any other particular type of material item, like I said it would. But I'm getting this download, and I want to try this, and I want to bring this into the version 2s. And if this is very successful, as I'm going to do experimental trials with it, then the future products in AetherX will all be aligned to the version 2s and not the version 1s. Okay? So the version 1s basically have their own format. Version 2 will have a very different format as it relates to the idea of pure spiritual healing and body mapping. Okay? Version 1s don't have body mapping. Version 1s is very much in the same too, like the healing code cards, where we have the codes there, and they're working with the organs and everything, and it's still very powerful. I'm not selling short the idea of the version 1 capability, but the version 2 capability is going to be monumental, very powerful. Okay, but I'm still going through trials with it. I'm still experimenting with it, because when I get these ideas, I want to make sure I'm implementing them, because I'm always looking to push myself even better and be even better with what I'm going to bring out. Okay, so stay tuned with that. Mid-April, the version 2 beds are going to be coming out, okay, which basically just consists of a duvet cover and a pillowcase. Okay, if you have the version 1s, keep using the version 1s. Version 1s are still powerful. The version 2s, though, are looking to be even more powerful. Okay, thank you, everybody, for tuning in to this special broadcast today on Saturday for New Earth TV Live. So I'll be back next week. I think I'll be back next week. If there's any issues, I'll let you guys know ahead of time, but I think everything is still on schedule for next week. Next Wednesday, or this coming Wednesday, will be another episode of AetherX live stream, as I'm going to be having another discount offer for you guys. More products are going to be coming towards AetherX as well too, including the charger technology, okay? Just like I did with Healing Code Shop. So there's a lot more stuff that's going to be unveiled here on March 15th. I'm looking forward to sharing with you guys. Thank you for watching today, and I'll speak to you again in another perspective of it now. Take care and be well. Bye for now. Thank you so much for tuning in to New Earth Teachings on YouTube. Don't forget to check out our websites, newearthteachings.com, where you can do private sessions with me, and also atherx.co. And through AetherX, you'll be able to pick up your Healing Code Cards body deck, your mind deck, and your energy deck through AetherX. You will also be able to pick up the Aetherbed kit. That is also on AetherX as well. Not to mention that you'll also be able to pick up some apparel and accessories that is also available on AetherX. Thank you so much for tuning into this video, and I look forward to speaking to you in the next one. Om Shanti 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 Namaskar, and may it be well with you.